Long ago, in the land of Egypt, a cruel pharaoh ruled over the people of Israel. He forced them to work as slaves and feared they would grow too strong. So he made a terrible command.
Go to the families of Israel and give them my commands.
Every baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. But among those people, a mother refused to give up hope.
Moses, my sweet baby, they must not find you. I pray that the river will protect you.
She hid her baby for as long as she could. When she could hide him no longer, she made a tiny basket, sealed with tar and pitch, and gently placed baby Moses inside. She placed the basket in the tall reeds by the river's edge. There, little Moses floated peacefully on the water. The basket floated on the lake for a while, and then stopped. Pharaoh's daughter, walking along the riverbank with her wet nurse, noticed the basket.
What's this? A babe by the river? Bring him to me.
Princess, I know someone who can care for him. I will take him with me. I will care for him. Let him be named Moses. Let him be called He Who Was Drawn from the Water.
And so Moses grew up as a prince in Pharaoh's palace, receiving various trainings there.
You are a very clever child, Moses. You grasp what I'm saying very quickly.
But never forgetting his people. Years later, Moses saw an Egyptian guard beating a Hebrew slave.
Hey, what are you doing? Leave that guy alone!
That's none of your business, Moses.
The guard raises his whip to see once more. Moses rushes at the guard. In an attempt to stop him, the guard and Moses fight. But when Moses defended the man, Pharaoh became enraged. He saw Moses' behavior as treachery and ordered his guards to arrest Moses.
This is treason. Bring Moses to me.
Moses was so afraid that he realized that Pharaoh would punish him severely for his actions, and he fled into the desert. The lights Egypt had left behind faded like a dream in Moses' mind. No longer a prince or an Egyptian, Moses had survived the desert and become a shepherd, forgetting his former glorious life as a prince and building a new life for himself. Until that day. One day, while tending sheep on a quiet mountainside, Moses saw something strange, a bush that burned, but did not burn.
What is this? Why doesn't the bush burn down?
God said to Moses, "Moses, take off your shoes, for the ground you are walking on is holy ground." Moses asked with curiosity, "Who are you?" The voice of God from the fire. "I am who I am. Go to Pharaoh. Tell him, 'Let my people go.'"
But I'm not strong enough. They don't care about me.
God said to him, "I am with you." And Moses set out on his way. He crossed the desert with his walking stick in his hand and reached the palace after a long journey.
Moses, the lost prince has returned. What do you want, sheep and sandman? I speak not for myself, but for the Lord. Let his people go. Shall I let his people go? Who is this Lord that I should listen to him, God of Israel? Let my people worship me in the wilderness. Worship? Do you want to steal my slaves? Who will build my temples, my palaces? If your God is so powerful, show me a sign. If you do this, I will free all the slaves. This is just magic. The slaves won't leave. Now get out of my palace!
And so the brave Moses left Pharaoh's golden palace. Moses warned him repeatedly, but Pharaoh only laughed. He considered himself more powerful than any god. So the Lord sent signs, not to harm, but to teach. Egypt trembled under the weight of the 10 great plagues,
They're
one by
everywhere.
one.
I can't breathe!
And
Get away
yet,
from me!
Pharaoh said no. Finally, Moses gave Pharaoh one final warning. If he did not release the Israelites, something terrible would happen. Egypt's firstborn would be lost. Pharaoh did not listen. And so in the still night, the final plague came. Pharaoh's pride was finally broken. At midnight, he called Moses. Pharaoh said, "Go, take your people. Leave Egypt." And so God's people followed Moses to freedom. They followed Moses with their hearts beating, carrying only as much as they could carry. But Pharaoh's heart hardened once again. He sent his army after them, horses and chariots racing across the sand. Before the people was the Red Sea, a deep and wide wall of water. Moses lifted his staff, and the Lord divided the sea. Walls of water rose up on the right and left. God's people hurried across, step by step, on dry ground. Pharaoh's army followed them. When Moses and his people crossed, the waters crashed like a great wave, and Pharaoh was engulfed in the Red Sea. Thus the Israelites were finally free. Moses looked at his people with hope. The child in the basket, the shepherd in the desert, had become the leader of a nation.